The value of formas has never been higher. We've got legendary bonuses, we've got units that rerun very quickly now, and there are a lot of great skills you can put on them. Let's talk about all of these units and where to use them and what skills you should be targeting. But in the comments, let me know, which one of these are you most excited about playing with? First up, we have Nanna, and I love Legendary Nanna. This unit is so fun and has still to this day a lot of neat things about her. The biggest two being ignoring Miracle and not letting defensive specials go off. That is a big deal that still holds value and will probably hold more value once we see the refine. Pay very close attention to Hother's Zeal though. The fact that you can get 20% of the unit's attack in true damage on both your AoE and your following 2 hits is a big deal. The desperation is nice on this unit, but oftentimes can be countered by either being outsped or by hardy bearing. I've got 2 use cases for you, and the first is an arena score bot, and you're gonna see her in just a little bit. This unit takes out most other units. Cav movement can be tough in that mode, but if you wanted to put the Celica emblem on this unit, I think you'd be happy with that. Now, the other thing you want to pay attention to is the absolute bulkiest units, and we'll see that in just a second, are a little bit hard to deal with, and you're going to have to take off that distant counter M seal and put on something like Blade Session. But if you absolutely need this unit to score, 762 with that seal is pretty good. If you're looking at the shield fighter counter, here it is. I thought the best way to get use out of this unit was definitely as an AoE nuke, and I know we've said that a ton of times. This unit is very, very good in that role because again, you're probably getting 3 hits off if this works. Let's look at some sims though, and we're gonna look at arena first. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. The medium bulky units like Myrrh, believe it or not, Myrrh is medium bulky right now, which kind of makes my eyes bulge out. And units like Fjorm, Nanna can take care of pretty well. What I want to caution you about Fjorm, remember, Nanna is really dependent on speed. She needs as much as you can possibly get, and Fjorm is very fast. As long as you outspeed Fjorm by 5, this is not a hard matchup. But it's something that, as you see, I need Blade Session to really take care of. If we look at Edelgard, Edelgard is very bulky and just really, Nanna does not have what it takes to take her out. And then the interesting one here is Panette. Panette with Lagoo's Friend 4 actually does a pretty good job. I think this is going to be a really fun score bot for a lot of you folks who are looking to build her up whenever she is available in the Grail pool that is coming up. This is the AR nuke build, and what I'll say, I wanted even Attack Wave in on there just so you saw some variety. I did see better performance out of Incite attack speed though, so just keep that in mind. It was just marginally better though, so if you want this just to be neat, I don't think this is bad, but Breath of Life has started to be everywhere, so even Attack Wave isn't as good as it would have been, say, a year ago. Now, the thing you want to pay attention to with this unit is the fact that she doesn't have Slaying, and that means it is extra hard to get that Blazing Wind cooldown all the way down. That's why I have the Marth Seal, I have Embla that gives 2 cooldown, and then I have the last cooldown being done by Crom. That is a necessity for this unit. It's one of the things that's on my wish list for her refine is Slaying. Once you get that done though, you'll notice this is a +1 and she takes out most of these units fairly easily. She did need the Life and Death Seal though. That is important to note. You couldn't run Quicken Pulse to really get this done. She still doesn't take out Gatry though. Gatry is the premier near save right now, and he has color advantage. He also has a lot of other advantages that are amazing, but keep an eye on this unit. I think Gatry is going to be the benchmark right now, and Nanna does struggle with him. I will point out though, if you look at Breath of Life right there, if they don't have Breath of Life, then Gatry does go down along with all of the others. The problem that you keep seeing though is Breath of Life is everywhere, especially with Hathran being around. Still, these are really good results. As far as the skills you should be looking for AR Nuke, again, I do like Incite attack speed slightly better, but I think even Attack Wave in does a good job as well. The biggest thing there is that Verge of Death That's very, very important. You see I've thrown no quarter on there, and honestly, that's more of a flex than anything else. I don't think you're actually going to need no quarter, but I mean, it scores and it's low cooldown, which is sometimes kind of nice. Most of these things are you're going to be going for Ruptured Sky, unless you just want to save feathers and get Aether. I don't know. Again, most of the time you're going to be looking for Ruptured Sky. For the arena bonus, I really like Attack Speed Excel. It is everywhere right now, and there's a reason. It's an excellent, excellent skill. We talked about Inside Attack Speed and how good it is. Potent 4 is really just fun. I keep that in mind. There's nothing really driving you towards that. Potent 4 and Flow Guard 4, they're nice to have B skills. They're not things you actually have to go out and look for. As far as Grab Bag, you can go for the traditional burn damage nuke here with Flared Sparrow and Assassin Strike. Fatal Smoke there is just fun. I do like the other builds better, but this build performs okay. Again, Breath of Life is everywhere, and for the units that you're really trying to target, that can be not as good. I even tried this build out on Arena, and I liked the Attack Speed Excel Inside Attack Speed better. Just to throw you for a loop, I have taken a mix of all of those and thrown them into my target. So Verge of Death, I think, is the more rare skill out of that and Attack Speed Excel. I think they're going to continue to give that to us. So I'd rather have the one that is more rare. We talked about Inside Attack Speed and how much I love it. And then Potent 4 is just fun. Ruptured Sky, I think, is probably going to be your go-to for your special. The low cooldown with Hother Zeal does really well. I debated whether I was going to do Reinhardt or not. Just remember that if you have this unit and you merge them into your fodder factory, you can no longer use that unit as a fodder factory. If that doesn't mean anything to you, then that's fine. I'm also going to show you this unit at +1, which is fairly low merged. If you're a Reinhardt fan, I think I've got some good stuff for you here. But remember, Arcane Thunder is good. Thunder Fist is really what you're looking at, though. The true damage, stats, and brave hits are fantastic. This is a unit that has gotten a lot of good skills recently, and we're going to look at this with the one build I have, because you don't get choices. This is how far you have to push this unit, including Deathblow Echo. You need that kind of support in order to get this to work. The big thing is you have to quad with this unit. That is going to be critical. You're going to see that in just a second. I have him in the Hathran Ball configuration you're seeing there. I'm sure you've seen it a ton. Hathran, Freyr, insert nuke here, and then of course some kind of far save, which, I mean, Dual Fjorm is doing very good in that role. The thing you have to pay attention to is you have to get as much attack and speed out of this unit as possible. It's also something to notice that I've put Bernie on there on purpose so that you can get quad hits off before the opponent attacks back. This is important for Fjorm because Fjorm hits back very, very hard. Here's what I'm talking about for all of you Reinhardt fans. Luna is very important. Make sure you keep that special on him and not Ruptured Sky. But he takes out Fjorm, Ike, and Amelia. That's really nice. That is excellent. Just remember that, again, those margins are razor thin. The right support in one way or another can really make this unit's day or just ruin it. And that's really what I want to drive home with the Deathblow Echo. Understand that most of you are not going to put that on this unit. You're going to have to come up with support in another way if you want to use this unit on defense. What I want to drive home is brave attacks are really good, especially when paired with true damage. And if you can get 4 hits out of this unit, he will reward you. I don't have targets this time. This is what you're after. This is it. If you don't get this, he's not really worth getting. And I know that hurts to say, but this is exactly what you want for this unit. Obviously the A skill is up in the air. You're probably going to use Thunderer's Fist, but you know, it's kind of fun to put on there with Verge of Death. Whatever you want to put on there for the run is just fine, but I'd probably just stick with his preference A. Tina is an incredibly malleable infantry staff, and we've seen infantry units in general and staff units as well got a ton of different options. It is amazing to me that this unit already has a rerun. The thing you really want to pay attention to is that bonus stealing. Being able to steal the bonuses of the unit that has the most of them and give them out to your allies is this unit's claim to fame. This is not a tip top of the meta option, but she is a very fun tech choice and still usable to this day. I'm going to go through some builds. What I want you to remember is that just about anything you put on this unit is fun and will depend a lot on your team composition. So if you come up with something different than me, that is just fine. Looking at the skills though, the one thing I will say is absolutely critical is Magic Shield Plus. That really changes the way this unit plays in both ARO, ARD, and wherever you want to put her. Magic Shield Plus is incredible on this unit, and you'll have a lot of fun that way. So, going over this, the first is the pure ARO support build, and I have her stacking res, which, I mean, she does pretty decently, and you can get sabotage a lot on a lot of the lower res units, which, keep in mind, are going to be a lot of the nukes that are coming at you first. Breath of Life is really the thing you're after, and I think on ARO that is, well, it frees up your tank to have some other skill on there, or if you're working with Duo Fjorm, she has no access to Breath of Life 4, and this is something that can give it to her. So this is a lot of fun here. If you're looking for ARD support, I've got C bonus doubler, and particularly if you're working with someone like Bernie and have Vantage, that can really ruin a lot of folks' day when your secondary initiator tries to come in and take this unit out. This unit does hit decently hard. She just doesn't have elite damage. That can really do a lot of good for you when you're talking about stopping secondary initiators from trying to clean house, though. I really wish Firm Kento Curb Stomp would be there, but it's not, and Kento Control is still very valuable and rare. The just for fun, that is making this unit as much of a nuke as possible, and bonus doubler 4 helps with that. Blade Session, inside attack speed, which is just a theme with this entire episode here, and Poetic Justice just to get a little more damage. This unit is a ton of fun, and again, whatever you pick, as long as you get Magic Shield Plus, is probably going to work for you. If you're looking for my preference, I like this ARD build, but I'm kind of an ARD nut. I really enjoy different defenses and being able to play with different toys. This is the unit that can help you out versus a lot of Omni tanks. So this will probably be my target as I go in looking for different skills. I normally don't do 4 options, but I love dancers. They're so much fun, and I think this unit has a lot of different things you can do with her. I've got Clever Dagger up here, but honestly, you're probably going to be searching for something else. If you're a huge Lara fan, obviously you're going to be looking for some kind of arcane weapon. But let's look at the skills here. The thing I like about dancers is there's so many places I can use them. So Arena Assault, what I'm really looking at here is giving desperation to one of my nukes in order to be able to finish off some of these very bulky tanks that we have right now. Infantry no follow-up for an Earthwind boost. Those are options. Whatever you want on there is great. I do like Infantry no follow-up if you're trying to pair her with an infantry unit. Being able to outsource that is incredible, but Firestorm Dance is what you really want to focus on for anything that is Arena Assault adjacent. ARO support. So, the thing you can do with this unit is dance from a trap, or sometimes take out traps that are stopping you from being able to set up properly. That can really come in handy, and you can see I've got Infantry Pulse 4 here to help out with support on any of the infantry units on the team. Lethality is fun, but she's probably not going to get that far down in cooldown. Florid Knife Plus is excellent though because you can also Canto. So it's possible you could take out 2 traps with this unit. Now, it is a luxury to be able to get a second dancer on your team past Peony and Plumeria, but I think if you have space for them, this is a very fun one. As far as this last build, I don't know if everyone else on the planet loves to build up the SP farming teams, but I do. And this is a great way to build in survivability. I usually take the weapon off altogether, but Stronghold, Lagoo's Friend 4, and probably a Valor skill instead of Breath of Life. Right now, my Dagger Olivia dies to a lot of things, even in the training courses that she goes into. So having an upgrade to that seems like a lot of fun to me. If you're asking me what I'm targeting, of course it's the SP farming build. I don't know why I'm obsessed with these, but I am. And honestly, this is a good build. Like, you want your dancers to be fairly bulky so that they can survive in case they get sniped by something weird that's coming at them. So this is something that's a lot of fun, and I'll be looking at it. But again, this is a very malleable unit. Just about anything you put on this unit is going to be fun and a good target if this is one of your favorites. Now, what is upcoming? And I always want you to be able to budget your formas because I know they aren't infinite. The thing you're looking at right now is November, and believe it or not, right now, Ninian is supposed to be in the Hall of Forms. That is a prime target. And if you are a Ninian fan or if she is your merge project, that is something you need to save for. If you got a favorite in this batch, then by all means go for them. I love Nanna, but Ninian is incredibly good, and as a dancer in Arena will keep her value for a very long time. So keep that in mind. Just make sure you're budgeting appropriately. If you're interested in the subject of power creep and how it affects the game, I just sat down with PM1 and had a very long conversation with him. It was amazing. I'm going to leave a link here. Members, you are incredible. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for all you help the channel do. Take care and schedule an appointment with your FEHologist real soon.